Hey, I'm Stuart, Next Gen Talent Director at Code Nation. At Code Nation, I'm responsible for our instructors and I'm responsible for our curriculum, which really just means I'm responsible for what our students learn and how our instructors teach it. So I've got a mixed background between commercial and education. So I was a teacher for quite a long time, about 7 years, and then I became a technical consultant at an agency in Manchester. That gave me a great opportunity to work with some of the world's leading brands, and as part of that I managed a team of developers, several of which were juniors. So that's given me a really tight grip on the demands of the digital sector and what companies need from their junior developers, but also a really strong appreciation of how people learn best, and that's enabled us to really build a course that meets the demands of the sector whilst also acknowledging that students all learn differently and gives us the ability to tailor the experience for their individual. We don't really refer to people as students, we refer to people as junior developers, and that's with a real nod to what the sector needs. The sector doesn't need students, it needs junior developers. So the sector experience that I've got helps us create those guys, but the education experience that I've got enables us to make sure that we're tailoring our program really closely to what every individual student needs. So producing business-ready junior developers is at the heart of everything that Code Nation does, and one of the main ways in which we do it is to have our innovation developers, who I have to say have one of the best jobs in the world, because they get to go and spend time out in the sector with developers at our pledging companies, learning all about best practice, current trends in technology, and ultimately when they've done that they bring it back to Code Nation, and that enables us to update the curriculum to make sure that it's always evolving to meet the demands of the sector. Why would you become a coder? Wow, that's quite a question. It gives you the power to invent things, it gives you the power to build things, and you don't need much to do it. All you need is a computer, and you can go and create the next big thing from Starbucks. You can go and create the next big thing with a whole team of people, or you can do it on your own at 3 in the morning. And I don't think there's many other roles and many other sectors where you can do that. It's pretty powerful. You get the opportunity to make things. You get the opportunity to potentially change the world from just having your laptop in front of you. Yeah, it needs a lot of skills, but that's what we're here for. Really, a laptop, you can change the world. People often ask me if they're right for Code Nation, and they often ask it in quite a nervous, kind of like fearful way. So obviously they've given some thought to, I'd quite like to do it, but I'm not sure if I can, and that nervousness is really common. And I think that that's an interesting representation really of where the sector's currently at. We need so many more junior developers to come through and be the next generation of talent for the technical sector, but people don't know if they can do it, and people often aren't given the opportunity to find out if they can do it. So one of Code Nation's core missions is we want to be as inclusive as possible, because we do genuinely and passionately believe that a great developer or coder can come from pretty much anywhere. And one way in which we do that, we don't need you to do a pointless 50-hour pre-course, kind of like get trained up before you come here. We believe that one of the hardest parts of Code Nation is probably week 1, and we think it's really important that you have our full support. Asking you to do that kind of thing on your own just isn't what we're about. So as part of being really inclusive, we have our fully qualified teachers to teach people that are feeling a little nervous, because that's normal, that's natural, and we have our innovation developers there to give us the technical credibility to make sure that what you're learning is completely on point with the sector. So I think the question, are you right for Code Nation, can be answered by, do you want to learn to code? Do you think a career in digital and technology is right for you? And if you do, then the chances are you are already a great candidate for Code Nation. So get in touch with us. We know what makes a great developer, and we'd love to have a chat with you to see if we think that you've got that potential. And if you have, you should do it.